So I finally wrapped up this massive project I'd been grinding on for ages. The client dropped the bag into my account. I did what any responsible dude would do. Hit up my main bros and threw a rager at my place. My shoebox-sized apartment, usually pretty chill, finally got the lit night it was craving. The four of us bros were getting after it till the early hours. We went so hard that around 11 p.m., we just spontaneously bounced from my crib. One of my homies had this galaxy brain idea, and next thing you know, we're on the last bus of the night, ready for an adventure. Our bags were stacked with beers and snacks. We hopped off the bus, weaved through some narrow kind of sketch alleys, and finally landed at the spot my buddy was always gassing up. It was this tiny, low-key park, a bit of a dive where broke-ass college kids like us went to get absolutely hammered. Under every tree there were squads of wasted college students. Some were attempting to dance, others were legit just on the ground, full-on sobbing. We fit right in. We whipped out our stash and started pouring up. First, it hit 1 a.m., then 2 a.m. slid by. As the hours dragged on, the student count dropped, and the whole vibe got way more chill. Two of my bros couldn't hang anymore and just tapped out, fast asleep. It was creeping up on 3 a.m. My closest buddy and I were back to back, trying to power through the last of the beers when, yeah, I blacked out too. I was deep in the thirstiest, most dehydrated dreams imaginable when a voice jolted me awake. I had to use every ounce of strength to peel open my crusty-ass eyes, and right in the middle of my dark, cold, spinning world, something pure white sliced through the gloom like a laser. Bathed in the glow of a streetlight, smiling right into my soul, was an angel. She had this flawless pale skin, a short black frilly skirt, a black off-the-shoulder top that was absolutely perfect, platinum blonde hair, and these insane green eyes that were just looking right through me, still smiling. She opened her mouth and said something. I rubbed my eyes, trying to make sure I wasn't tripping. I glanced over at my buddy, the one I'd been leaning against. He was awake too, just staring, gobsmacked, at this angel in front of us. "Bro, is she talking to us?" he croaked, his lips drier than a desert. Before I could even form a word, the angel spoke, and this time, I actually understood her. "Yes, I'm talking to you," she said. Before we could even process, she went on, "I saw you guys as I was walking through the park. Looked like you still had some drinks left. I came over to ask if I could, join you?" Gesturing towards our beers with her hand. Yeah, for sure. Bet." I immediately sat up straighter, grabbed a beer for her, one for my buddy, and one for myself. The angel started telling us stories, but neither me nor my buddy could understand a single word she was saying. Instead of trying to reply, I just kept looking at her, her eyes, her outfit, her lips, completely stunned. And every time I did, she'd just smile wider and keep talking, laughing. I have no idea how much time went by. My buddy had crashed out again. The angel was still laughing and talking, and I was fighting with everything I had not to fall asleep. At some point, I just closed my eyes. The world was still spinning even with them shut. I could still hear the angel's sweet, almost ethereal laughter. But then, the sound slowly faded. The spinning stopped. Everything was just black. Then all of a sudden I started to feel warmth on my face. I opened my eyes again, sunlight. It was hitting my face. It was morning. My other bros started waking up, one by one. I looked at my bag on the ground, totally empty. Our trash was all neat, bottles in a pile next to the bin. But of the angel, not a trace. When my buddy, the one I'd passed out back to back with, finally woke up, I turned to him and said, "Dude, was that even real?" He looked back at me, a dazed look in his eyes, and said, "It was too beautiful to be real."